Good afternoon, football fans, and welcome back to CFRC at the Lang. I'm Jesse Bell, and I'm joined today by one of the big men in the middle of this Queens defense, defensive tackle number 97, Tristan Burrell. Tristan, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, I want to talk about your journey to Queens, part of the outstanding Vancouver College recruiting class. There's obviously a rich history of football in Western Canada, so I'm curious, what was it about Queens that set it apart from the other programs recruiting you?
I would have to say, coming from Vancouver College, we do have as Queens does, have a deep history of culture, brotherhood, so that was very unique to me, apart from all of the schools in the West, for sure. And during my recruitment of Queens, Coach Nez was the recruiting coordinator, and he really made it evident that Queens is, puts brotherhood definitely out there. And, that really, tied with me, Ian, and, Mikey, all of the boys who I came in with. That was very strong for us because our head coach, Brian Chu, when he came in, he really changed things up. He really made sure he was, the player first. So, and like Coach Nez, Coach Beck, Coach Snyder, all the coaches here, they made sure that, at the end of the day, the player does come first, and that means a lot to me. So that's really why I chose Queens.
You've been recognized as the Iron King for early March. Iron King goes to great practice player, but also somebody who is so dedicated in the gym, getting those reps in. What is your approach to practice and preparation that helped you get this award?
I want to say, as kind of simply it was just what given, the options I was given. So just knowing that I would be, me and G would be the future of the Queens defense, the defensive line, and like I said, it starts up front. So if I'm not strong enough, or if I'm not mobile enough, then that's something that is a con, because I have to be agile, be strong, be able to make plays, line up, do my assignment, do my job properly, so that the defense can play at their best. Because if I don't do my job, then the backers have more to do, and then it trickles down. So, like I mentioned before, it's all about accountability and just also having that confidence that you can just be able to play. I would say it was the biggest thing.
Tristan, you're part of a Queens defensive line unit that has been consistently outstanding year after year. You think of names like Jim Aru, Shamari Williams, Osi Okwoma, Cam Lawson, guys that are playing at the professional level. Why do you think this Queens defensive line is so consistently strong season after season?
I would probably personally say is that, the standard is that you're above the standard. Coach Snyder does emphasize that. And so Coach Beck, really hammers that into our defense, because the foundation of the defense starts up front. Simply put, we have phenomenal linebackers, Jerry Mahiscox, Justin Pace. Their role is to read off us. They're making plays based on where we line up in the gap, our alignments, our assignments. So if we need to know our fundamentals, play with proper technique, because it starts up front. It really does start up front. We got to stop the run first. Respect the run before we can earn the right to pass rush. So that's where you get phenomenal players. Darian Newell, EJ, AMG. We're talking big guys who are making phenomenal plays, year after year here at Queens.
There you go, folks. Always pursuing to be above the standard. Tristan Burrell, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.